Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Have you ever deployed something on Google Cloud, felt great, and then got hit with a surprise invoice that made you question every decision you've made? You're not alone. Google Cloud Platform's usage-based pricing is very powerful, but it's also very complex. There are a lot of operation counts, storage classes, discounts that can easily double your bill in case something goes wrong. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the official GCP Pricing Calculator. It is a free tool that lets you model everything before you spend a single dollar on the cloud. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to build accurate estimates, compare architectures, simulate discounts, and avoid those nasty bill shocks. I'll be leaving the blog link and other various resources in the description. You can check that out. So the GCP Pricing Calculator is Google's free web-based estimator. You can tell it your planned architecture such as number of VMs, storage volumes, egress traffic, database instances, and it will show you an instant projected monthly cost without actually creating any resources. So think of it like a digital bill of materials for the cloud. You can access it by going to cloud.google.com/products, or you could just go to a new tab and search for Google Cloud Pricing Calculator. And when you search this out, just click on the first link that brings you to the same interface we were at here. And there is no sign in, you'll see the public list prices, and it's perfectly fine for quick estimates. But there's a feature for you to link your actual billing account in case you have some discounts and other things that are set. You can always get a different level of pricing when you connect your billing account. So before we start building, I think we should understand the biggest cost drivers in GCP. So there's compute pricing models are there. There's going to be on demand is the most expensive, but it's fully flexible. You spot VMs, you have sustained use discounts and committed use discounts. On the other hand, you have storage and networking for storage classes, data egress to use the internet or inter-region transfers. So what we're going to be doing now is just navigating this particular interface, and you can either get started by clicking on add to estimate from here, or you can do it from here too. And if you go to the settings, there's not much there, but you can change the currency that you want. So since I'm from India, I can put the Indian rupee, or you can stick to the US dollar. So the first thing we're going to be doing here is just clicking on add to estimate, and let's just click on this, right? And it instantly, there is an instant estimate that has been added here based on the standard requirements or the standard settings. This is what it is there right now. You can of course rename this to your particular storage. I'll just say storage 1. That's going to be my one. And you can even clone this. You can make an exact duplicate of this. So just click on the 3 dots, click on duplicate item, and there's another one here. And you can just name this as storage 2. Now this is useful when you would want to compare prices within the same product, like it's like cloud storage here. So maybe I'd change the region and make it to multi-region, and I can see the price difference. Yes, it bumps up. You can even do that. So that's where the clone feature is very interesting. And this is how basically you can get started with adding a simple service, putting in some details, looking at it, cloning it, renaming it, and stuff like that. So for now, I'm just going to clear this out. And the first thing that we're going to start off with is compute engine. The service type is of course going to be instances. You can always click on the advanced settings ones that will give you a couple of extra options for you to choose from. So now you can just choose your operating system, choose the machine family down here, and you can add the boot data disks, you can add GPUs if needed, and you can even select your OS, which in this case Linux is going to be free, I guess, as far as I understand. So you can select this one, and this is how you can basically add it with compute engine. Now adding the specific details is of course going to be subjective. That's going to be your particular use case or requirement that's there. But for a more detailed explanation, you can check out the fully written blog in the description. But now we're going to be doing the next one that's going to be looking at cloud storage, where I'm going to select cloud storage again. You can once again name your region, you can set it, you can set the location, select the style of class that's there. You can mention the total GIBs, and of course you can have the advanced settings on that gives you a couple of different options where you can have the class A and class B operations. Now this process is going to be same for all of the services that are available. You can of course search for a wide range of services that Google Cloud provides. Right, so we're going to come down to compute engine here, and now we're going to be looking at the fun part, that is advanced modeling a bit, where we're going to be looking at toggling with committed used discounts. And you can watch the savings appear in minutes if I change this to that. You can see it slightly reduces the price there. So here you can switch, maybe in BigQuery, you can of course switch between on-demand editions and to see between the usage-based or capacity-based pricing. What you can do here basically is come down here and click on duplicate, and you can apply the different level of discounts on each one and then understand there. Now there are a couple of what if scenarios you could implement, such as single region versus multi-region DR, GKE versus Autopilot, or balanced PD versus SSD hyperdisk performance upgrade. This is how you can clone them and change their details, and then you can compare these and find out which one's the best or not. Now, once again, remember, this is a short video tutorial that's trying to show you how you can do it visually or just get started with the GCP pricing calculator, but an entire detailed version is available in the description. But you need to keep in mind that these are just estimates, taxes and fees are extra. Now variable workloads are also harder to predict. Always keep a 10 to 20% buffer. And there you have it. The GCP pricing calculator is your bridge between technical decisions and financial reality. Use it before you work on any new project. Clone it, compare, optimize, and share the link with your team. Now, say if you want to go deeper into GCP, you can check out a couple of resources. I'll be leaving those links in the description. You can check that out. If you'd like to read the blog version of this tutorial, which is much more detailed than the video one, you can check that link out. It's available in the description. If you like this video, then don't forget to like, share, and for more content, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.